Hey, I'm here at a charger after driving 200 miles. I want to share a funny story with you guys. I'm here up in Rapid City. Took a trip to see my son. Got a VRBO, and I don't know how they do these pictures for VRBO, but this place looked like really sweet. Um, Nice rooms, nice decor, clean, all that kind of stuff. Now, it's not a dive, it's not a dump, but it's not what it looks like on the VRBO site. So we're staying at this VRBO, and it's doable, but if the picture represented what the VRBO was, we wouldn't have picked this one. So right on the highway, didn't know that. The two neighbors are just like hubcaps and just trash and stuff all over the place. Backs up to an alley with, I'm pretty sure, an abandoned hotel back there with like homeless people in and out. So it's a little rough. So what does this have to do with anything about what we do in this group? So here's what it is. What's the difference between what VRBO websites put out there and what conventional physical therapy websites put out there? And if you were a patient, what would be your thought when you get in there? So we've got a bunch of conventional PT clinics in Loveland where I'm at, and we've got one that they are the masters of the VRBO bait and switch thing. So they sell themselves as these, one-on-one with your therapist, and we do everything. They do. They're certified in everything. Anything that comes out, they were the first ones to be certified in cupping, first ones needling, first ones K-tape, first ones laser, all the garbage. They're the first ones to get certified. They've got like 5 PTs that work there. I think a couple PTAs, something like that. And they sell themselves they take lunch constantly to doctors. So doctors think they're phenomenal. Oh, they're certified and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I know they're certified and blah, 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 blah. And if you look on their website, they're like eye contact, smiling at their patients and having a great time in PT doing rehab, manual therapy. They're all certified in some kind of manual therapy crap. So when you actually see this clinic, their treatment room is probably maybe even smaller than mine. On a busy day, we have three PTs in there. They have like 6 jammed in there and just equipment all over the damn place. So the funny thing is, when people come to see us after they see them because they don't get any better, they always have a little blue folder. And their blue folder has, the buy-in graphics, and here's the triangle of recovery, and at the base, the first 3 visits, we're gonna work on controlling your pain, and then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that, and here's your journey, and let's put a calendar with all of your appointments. So they put like a 4-month calendar, and then here's your appointments for 2 to 3 times a week for the next 8 weeks, whatever it is. So when patients come in, they bring their little folder and they have all their handouts, their exercise, their correctives, and all that crap. And so I'm looking at this, and one lady came in this week. She's a Medicare, and she had the handouts for laser, and Medicare doesn't pay for laser. Thank you, Medicare, for not doing that. So they had to pay $60 per visit for the laser, and it's describing what the laser does. And it says, you might get up to 12 hours of pain relief with this laser. So basically they're telling you, you're not going to get any better. We might get you to feel better for $60, but you're not going to get any better. Keep on coming back though. Keep on doing it. Absolutely ridiculous. So as I go through this lady's thing, and she's telling me about how she went there 2 times a week for 6 weeks and didn't get any better. And she's coming in to see us for scoliosis. So doctor's referral is for scoliosis. She's got a tremendous structural scoliosis, but she functions like crazy. She can squat, she can bend over, twist, do single leg squat, all that kind of stuff. Her problem is when she gets to the single leg squat, she's got lower extremity weakness. So she can't do a single leg squat without hanging on. Feels like it's going to collapse on her. So when we go through and assess quads, glutes, hams, she is not good. Well, she's sedentary all the time because somebody a long time ago told her, you can't move around because you have scoliosis and you're going to tear up your back and have herniated discs and be paralyzed and whatever. So we're going to work on lower extremity strength. So I asked her about, well, when you went to the blue folder place, what did they do there for you? So here comes your VRBO. So website, eye contact with patients, smiling, one-on-one. We're certified in this. We care the most. We're best personal attention, blah, blah, blah. She said, well, every time I would come in and I would ride the bike for 8 minutes, and then I would get off and the therapist would come over and like do some manual therapy, something or other with me, then hook me up to the E-stem. And then the aide would come over and take me off of this. So 10 minutes on the E-stem. Then the aide would come over and take me off of the E-stem. And then they would stretch me out. And then they would put me on. And then they would put the piece of tape on me. Wow. That's fantastic. That's like 45 minutes of absolute garbage. So I said, so how'd that go? She goes, well, when I came back for my third visit, they asked me how I was doing. I wasn't doing any better. So they switched the E-stem. They said, okay, well, let's do the dry needling. That'll fix it. So they switched dry needling out for the E-stem. And then they switched, I think it was foam rolling. Now lay on this roller and do that by yourself rather than me stretching you out. So they go from one garbage thought process to the next garbage thought process until somebody finally says, oh, that feels good. Now that's the magic phrase. Once somebody in these PT mills says, oh, that feels good, boom, that's what you stay with, because it's all about make them feel good. Don't irritate anything. Make sure when they leave, they feel better than they felt when they came in, even though 1 to 12 hours later, they're back to square one. So there's your VRBO thought process for conventional PT mills. Why are we settling for that? Why are we letting patients tell us what feels best and then that's what we do? That makes absolutely no sense. Why are we lying to patients and saying, hey, you got this great VRBO house, it's huge, it's clean, brand new furniture, bed, king size bed, and you get there and it's a full size bed with a big dip in the middle of it. So when you're sleeping in it, you're stuck in a hole. And then the water in the kitchen barely runs. And then the shower curtain doesn't go all the way to the tub. So there's water running on the floor. So that's the same thing that you get when you go to PT and they promise you one-on-one treatment and, we're certified in this and certified in that. Well, general public doesn't know that certified in this and certified in that means bullshit. They also don't know that when they walk into this place, there's something better than that somewhere else. So that's where you come in. You need to be the one that actually has the VRBO website that's actually really what happens when they get there. You need to be the one that's one-on-one with them for a half an hour of quality treatment instead of bebopping around for 45 minutes so you can get your 4 units of the 8-minute rule bullshit. So the 8-minute rule is probably the worst thing that's ever happened to physical therapy, because now people equate time with quality of care, which couldn't be any more wrong. So if you can go to the blue folder place for 45 minutes and get charged whatever, that's supposed to be better than going somewhere where maybe you only see a cash pay PT for 20 minutes, but you get phenomenal results because they're not wasting time hooking you up to a machine, hooking you up to needles, leaving you laying there, handing you off to ride a stationary bike. What the hell are we having people ride a stationary bike for? Absolute crap. So be the one who actually has the legit VRBO. Be the one that has the legit business, who does what's best for your patients, and they get what you advertise, not bait and switch them and give them a schedule. So anytime somebody walks in and gets a schedule where they have the calendar in there and they circle their appointments on their calendar 2 times a week for 8 weeks, you've basically told them you are not going to get better in 8 weeks. That's why we're going to just schedule you out. So when they come see us, we see them for their first visit. We have to have them have a second visit somewhere on there because it's a 2-week wait to get in right now. So we try to get them in twice a week for the first week, get a handle on what's going on. But if they're better and I don't need to see them for 2 weeks out, I don't hand them a calendar and say, well, you got it scheduled 2 times a week for 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Well, that's what your doctor said. Your physician said, go to physical therapy 2 to 3 weeks or 2 to 3 times a week for 6 to 8 weeks. No, we're going to figure out how to get to the root cause of your problem, reverse that. If we can do that and then teach you how to maintain that in between visits, there's no way in hell I'm having you come in 2 times a week for 8 weeks. Okay. So be the solution, be the answer, be something that's unique that actually gives patients what they deserve, and stop being the VRBO with the bait and switch and just giving people garbage and calling yourself certified and feeding physicians to get visits. Your patients should be returning to see you, and they should be returning with their friends and their family members. That's how you drive business. If you want to know how to do that, you got to get in the shift. Let me know.